Yo, YouTube, what is up? Radar25 back again with my co-host Michael Funtamania.
What up, Mox?
Guys, back again with another video. You know what time it is? Friday Night Smackdown. We got 3 takeaways for this Friday Night Smackdown. The return of Matt Riddle actually doing something rather than last week with just the Undertaker thank you show. We had AJ Styles and Drew Gulak going at it. The toast from Sheamus to Jeff Hardy. Guys, so we'll get into the video. Before we do it, I remind you guys to drop a like on this video and the previous video, so the subscribe button if you're watching and not subscribed, notification bell so you're missing anything when it drops. Follow social media, the Twitter, the Instagram, follow the Twitch for the live streams. And without further ado, guys, jump right into the video. Our 3 takeaways from Friday Night Smackdown. All right, guys, the show started off with Michael Cole in the ring, introducing, one of the newest guys to SmackDown, Matt Riddle. This is takeaway number 1, guys, and this wasn't really that good. Okay, so Matt Riddle comes out. He's talking about Matt Riddle, and he talks about how the fact he wears no shoes. Then Matt Riddle comes out with this weird story about when he was a kid. His family vacation in Wisconsin. They had an indoor pool. He was in the pool, went outside in the snow, went back in the pool, got frostbite on his feet, and says that for the fact that he has got frostbite, he doesn't wear shoes because when he puts shoes on, he feels like that he has the same feeling he had when he had frostbite.
Pool, but then I'd go outside and play in the snow. And I did this back and forth. And one day I kind of stayed outside a He told me, I'm pretty sure you have frostbite, Matt. And we went to the doctor. Sure enough, I had frostbite, and they were even thinking about amputating.
Whatever. I don't know if that's true or not, but so.
I mean, it better be true, because if it wasn't, I don't know why they wouldn't even make that a story.
I don't know why they even make that even up, yeah. But you had here King Corbin come out and interrupt Matt Riddle. So I guess his first feud right now is against King Corbin, which is a lot of guys' first feuds for some reason. Is King Corbin's the guy that, whatever. Nobody's too excited about it. That's no shot at King Corbin, but not really super excited about the first feud Matt Riddle's gonna have is King Corbin. So King Corbin comes out, makes fun of Matt Riddle, then sets up a match because he has the ability to do that now. As former GM, a year ago, a match between Matt Riddle and John Morrison, which was a really good match. Really enjoyed it. Him and Morrison really work well together, and it really showcases that Morrison needs to be showcased more.
Yeah.
As maybe more of a singles rather than the whole tag team Miz and Morrison. And it just shows how much he has to offer SmackDown and WWE as a whole, where they should be using him more in a singles capacity where he's able to be showcased more, in the limelight by himself, not just Miz and Morrison.
And Miz and Morrison are a fun tag team, and they're doing a good job of what they're doing. But both guys probably are just better off working solo gigs and just showing, because they're both so good. I mean, and John Morrison in the ring is still one of the best 5 wrestlers on the planet. I mean, that movie did on Riddle where it was like, that, I don't know what they even call that.
At ringside, Morrison, another fake out as he takes Riddle out of the knees. And now John Morrison with the power to Matt Riddle. Incredible. Great athletes here tonight. All the way up. Oh my God!
That thing was ridiculous. I had to fast forward, like, rewind. What the hell did I just see? He's so damn good. I mean, he's just genetically gifted in every sense of the word. We just need to see more Morrison by himself in these singles matches every night on SmackDown. Maybe 15, 20-minute matches, because he's just that good. And him versus Riddle, I mean, that should be a feud.
That should be the feud. Instead of Baron Corbin and Riddle, as his first feud, you want to do something memorable, fun. And I just don't think Corbin is the guy to get that out of him. It's just like they seem to not mix, because the way Corbin talks, the way Riddle talks, so laid back, it doesn't come off that well to me. And it wasn't a good segment, the beginning part with Michael Cole in the interview, and then King Corbin interrupting, and then making his own matches, which he has been on a run of making his own matches.
Well, not anybody. I mean, anybody who's anybody can make imagine there to be. Like,
there's a lot of people
after the commercial break. Here we are with a match. I've been complaining that for months. It's terrible.
Yeah, but the match itself, like we said, was really good, really fun. Corbin with the distractions here and there, but Riddle was still able to get the win. Nice, cool roll up that he did because he hooked up he hooked the whole legs and arms together. Like kind of like a crucifix type of thing. So good little pin from Matt Riddle. But both guys is cool. I mean, I kind of wish he would have done they should have just started him off with AJ Styles because he did beat AJ Styles in his first match on title. You could have put him right in there with AJ Styles. Maybe because the title is involved, they didn't want to do it immediately.
That's probably why they just didn't. It didn't flow that well. Or even like Daniel Bryan, or just somebody more interesting than Corbin. I just feel like Riddle's skill set is just better with a guy that can really go. And Corbin, not saying he can't go, but just more of a more athletic style is better with Riddle than like the bruising style of Corbin. I think anyway.
For me, it's more the promo side. I think it's just between the two. I just feel like the promos are gonna come off kind of weird and kind of off. That's the whole thing for me. Just the way Corbin's promo style is compared to Matt Riddle's laid back promo style. I think they're gonna clash. I don't think it's gonna come off that well. But yeah, I think the feud should have been against somebody else.
Yes.
Guys, next thing on the show. Takeaway number 2. It was the hype match for 2 weeks. Gulak versus AJ Styles. I believe this match was supposed to happen last week, but they did the Taker, tribute show. So this is pretty hyped, and it didn't live up to the hype because a match that was hyped up like this, you would think it would be more competitive than it was. It was pretty much all AJ Styles, a little flurry here and there from Gulak. I mean, Gulak can hang, obviously. I'm not sure what kind of storylines they can actually put him in if they don't involve Daniel Bryan.
I mean, I like Drew Gulak. I mean, I think his promos are pretty solid. I mean, I'm not saying he's the greatest promo, but he's a solid promo. His in-ring work speaks for itself. I like that style. He's like just a hell of a hand that can do basically anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, do you need that? Like, they just need to build him more before they put him up against AJ. Like, you're putting him up against the best guy in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, just he's on top.
Well, I mean, if you were doing that, if you're putting him up against the one, arguably the best wrestler on the planet, you got to have him compete with AJ and have like kind of like a bust ass TV match.
Well, I mean, he beat him, a few weeks ago. It's not like he like Gulak beat him. It was like a sneaky little, cheap win. But you have to build Gulak more and can kind of take him away from Daniel Bryan and build him as his own star, as himself. That way he matches up better with AJ. And the match that you're gonna have with him, you can't have him AJ kind of blow him out the way he did. It just makes Gulak look weaker, and doesn't, because I really think if you push Gulak right, he can be like an IC champion, IC champion type guy.
Yes.
I like his promos.
That's probably his sweet spot right there. That mid-card title.
That mid-card title, he can do a solid promo. He's really good in the ring. All his matches have always been, at least to me, I love his style. He keeps growing, and he's a Philly guy. I'm a big New York guy, and I can't stand his flyer color gear all the time. But other than that, he's one of the top wrestlers, like in the ring wrestlers in the company. So I don't know. I just feel like they missed out on this match. They could have booked it a whole lot better.
Yeah, because the least you could do is that fact that there's no fan base. You really got to focus more on the in-ring stuff.
Yep. And
then those stylized promos, the edge promos, the stylized ones, the two guys in the ring cutting a promo against each other. It's not really sometimes it doesn't come off that well because there is no fan reaction to it. What I did like about this match was the little Zoom call they did with Daniel Bryan in the bottom corner.
Still looks me until Drew Gulak.
Which is cool. I like those kind of things if they're done sparingly, because it reminds me of like back in like before older WWF stuff where they would cut the little window and do a promo for the match, something like that. So them talking about their opponents. What they did for a little bit of a run where they would do that little picture-in-picture promo or just cut to like a quick promo in the back before the match would start, which I do enjoy those type of promos. I think they're cool. So I did like the little concept they did there with, Daniel Bryan doing a little Zoom call or Instagram, whatever the hell he was doing on this little side of the screen. So maybe they'll do more of that, especially helps out since they have no crowd. There's no crowd noise, or there's a little bit of crowd noise from the people around the ring. But I think it helps out a little bit. I do like those things. But yeah, for the match itself, being hyped up the way it was, it felt uncompetitive. Didn't really feel like there was much there, and I feel like it's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, they disrespected Gulak. I mean, they were building up so well. He had a good little promo on his Twitter. about catching lightning in a bottle or whatever. I don't know. They messed that up. They really did.
They messed that up. Yeah, because you know, they could. It's a good opportunity to have AJ Styles have like a lot of really good matches to help out the title itself, the Intercontinental title, and you know, just give a little bit more prominence on the show
and build another star. Like build more stars, and right now they're lacking depth and talent. So if you get a guy that has a lot of the tools to become a good little wrestler, and you know, nothing.
Yeah. Guys, next thing on the show was Sasha and Bayley coming out. They cut a video package. It was a funny video package. You know, them talking about each other and how good they are and all that, and how, you know, Bayley's has the 2 belts, first ever women's Grand Slam champion. Obviously, Sasha, you know, headlining pay-per-views, main eventing, you know, all the matches that she did with Charlotte, and talking about how she's gonna win at Extreme Rules, the horror show, and beat, you know, Asuka, and then they both have, you know, 2 titles each. So this is a very good, you know, video package. I think they're probably doing they're probably the best thing. One of the maybe top 2 best things in WWE right now is Sasha Banks and Bayley. You know, they touted that they've been all over the place, all over every show. So very well done. Enjoying both of them, and I really hope that Sasha does win the title at you know, Extreme Rules. So they got interrupted by Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross obviously has the match against Bayley at Extreme Rules. There's trash talking in the ring, and usually before it was Bayley setting up the matches like right there on the spot, and Sasha being upset about it. This tables were turned. Sasha sets up the match between Bayley and Alexa Bliss. So they do that match. Bayley gets the win by DQ. You know, not much here. It was what it was. You know, Bayley pretty much dominated Alexa Bliss. So it is what it is, making her look strong going into the match against Nikki Cross. We don't expect Nikki Cross to win, but it is what it is. Bayley gets the win here. But really good work from Bayley and Sasha Banks. We had next match was Kofi Kingston versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Obviously, these guys are feuding. I think it's going to end up towards a tag team title match at Extreme Rules. Yeah. Nakamura did get the win here. You know, but it was a pretty solid match. You know, a lot of stuff going on from Cesaro and Big E. At the end of the match, Big E coming in and kind of clearing house. So yeah, let's see what happens. You know, I do think it's going to lead to a tag team title match between these 2 teams at Extreme Rules. Next thing on the show was, you know, a tease for the Swamp fight between Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, a little video package, and they had a funny little laughing segment at the end. Yeah. So we got a little bit of a taste of what the Swamp match is going to be. We obviously know it's going to be a cinematic wrestling match. So we just need to see how they do it. We know it's non-title. And I am kind of excited to see because they've been on a run of doing the good cinematic matches. So I'm kind of excited to see how that turns out. Yeah,
and anything with Bray in there, it's going to be creepy. It's going to be funky. It's going to be, especially if we're going to see the different sides of Bray in this crazy Swamp match. I'm interested. I really am. It's got me interested. The fact that it's non-title, it's kind of like, I don't know why not. Why not be for the title? But I get what they're doing. Yeah, and hopefully this pushes Braun to another level and keeps on getting better and better and better. Because you know, we need more stars.
I'm gonna throw this out there. I really hope what they do is they do a little bit of cinematic, not even cut to it or pay too much mind to it, but have it be able to be seen that the Fiend is standing somewhere in the corner of the swamp, hidden, and just
you mean like see, Dexter Lumis?
Yeah, like so the match is going on, and then you can see the Fiend. Like it's not they don't spotlight it, but you just see him in passing. Like, oh shit, the Fiend is over there in the corner, and he's
just a hologram version of him.
Yeah, and he's just watching the fight take place. I do hope they do something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, guys. Next thing on the show. Final takeaway number 3. It was the main event of the show. Wasn't a match. It was Sheamus's toast to Jeff Hardy. And I thought this was horrible.
Yeah, this was cringeworthy, man.
Yeah, they had some random bartender in the ring with a bunch of alcohol next to him. Here comes Jeff Hardy, and he's talking about Sheamus. Sheamus was on the Titan. Sheamus wasn't even there. He was on Titantron at his home, at his bar, at his house, and just talking about more about the issues of substance abuse issues of Jeff Hardy. And there's pretty much nothing here. I mean, I don't understand this. Like Sheamus got the win at Backlash.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure where they're gonna go with this. They're gonna keep on. It's the same thing. Like, I don't know. It's
not really leading to anything. Like it's not going anywhere. Like we already saw the match and Sheamus won. So why does he still continue to
Yeah,
like,
he got his revenge already by winning the match after Jeff threw the piss in his face. So it's like
if anything, Jeff looks like the biggest loser here. So, and then you continue the same story that wasn't even that great to begin with. I know they put so much equity in it because they had the whole little storyline with the car accident scene, all that crap. But it's not going anywhere. It's not that interesting. We saw their match. Their match wasn't anything to write home about. Just move on to something else for both guys. It just segments like this are just
it's like trying too hard. Like, what the hell is the point of the toast? Even Jeff asked him, like, what's the purpose of this toast thing? And then they had this the bartender guy who ended up handing Jeff Hardy a glass of champagne. Jeff Hardy poured it on him, and then he cracks him in the back of the head with a bottle of champagne,
and then hits a swanton on him. and why would Sheamus care? Like, why would that hurt? And Sheamus is like, Jeff, what are you doing, Jeff? It's like, the hell, man! It was pointless. It was just really terribly done. It was cringeworthy. And end the show like that. Ugh.
Yeah, it was such a terrible ending to like a decent little show. Had some good spots to it. It was disappointing. I just don't understand. It doesn't do anything for the storyline. It doesn't do anything to move it forward, make it more interesting. It was just they should have just ended it with the match, or they should have just had maybe I don't know, Sheamus maybe cheat to win this match at Backlash. You kind of have a little bit something more into it because Jeff lost straight up, and then now Sheamus doesn't leave him alone and keeps bringing up the same shit. So
he's being an asshole bully. I mean, I guess that's what they're trying to get out of that. Sheamus is a fucking bully.
It's not really working. This is what they did. So let's see how they go from here on out with this. We'll probably have another match between them at Extreme Rules, the horror show. But a few more weeks and that pay-per-view will happen, and we'll see how it goes from there on out, guys. But that's the video for today. Appreciate you guys for watching the video. Our 3 takeaways from Friday Night Smackdown. Remember, for this working, but do not do the job.
Later, Marks.